Okay, hello YouTube, this is Lilith the Star, back for a weekly project update. So, weekly project video. So, I'm just going to very quickly show you some of the other things I've been working on. Last week I showed you Phil, who is almost finished. He is now 100% finished now. Come on camera, there we go. I'm really quite proud of him. Yeah, do excuse my nails, I've been doing a lot of stuff at work recently. So, out of the 6 survivors, I've got 3 of them painted. Now, as you'll notice, Wanda isn't there at the moment, and that's because Wanda is in my grubby little mitt right here. So I've started her. I've still got a little of a way to go. I've got up to about the blue, darker blue line on her dress. The rest of it still not all needs doing, and then the base obviously. But she's looking quite good so far, and she's a fun model to paint, so she'll probably be done in the next couple of days. And this is something different. This isn't a model. This is a memory box. Come on, there we go. So it has a panel that I'm going to put behind there. Come on camera. There we go. So obviously that goes in there. Oh, boo. I need to fix this bit here. I'm going to paint over the top of it. But yeah, I started on the bottom, decoupaging it, and it will have lots more stuff like this on here. But I realised I couldn't decoupage all this bit here because it means that it wouldn't shut properly, because it doesn't kind of shut properly as is. But I'm going to get a little clasp bit and put it here. That I am going to do this kind of decoupage stuff over the top of some of the black. And make it look kind of like this, because I like this look here. And it's going to have a photo in the front and be covered in Luna, Celestia and Queen Chrysalis pictures, as I'm going to go around with it. So Luna, Celestia, well, Nightmare Moon, Celestia, Princess Luna. So it's going to be a mix of Princess Luna, Celestia and Nightmare Moon and Queen Chrysalis. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. It's My Little Pony. So if you don't like it, then I understand. Oh, come on. I did do this so it would shut properly, but obviously it's gone a bit funny since then. Anyway, I will stop fiddling with that, because that's not the main point of this video. The main point of this video is I've been showing you over the last... Ow! Again with my nails trying to break. Just should get them replaced again, but I don't want to. So yeah, I've been showing you slowly how I've been doing on this little... well, this is only part of it. This is also part of it. And so is this. So we're working on doing something similar to this boning on this. So as you can see, I've started doing all the highlights on this side and the back. They're all finished with the first colour, and now I'm doing this side here. So this is the side that you're going to see me working on today. I'm using this colour here. Come on, there we go. It's a lot quicker to focus than it used to be. And I'm working with layer and fine, depending on which bit we're doing. So the idea I've got is I'm going to finish painting this side I've got the insides to do, so this bit here, and this bit, and this bit, but they are a bit more work friendly. And then I'm gonna put some ink on the fire. The reason I painted the fire white is I actually want it to have kind of ghostly hue, so I'm gonna do blue and then green over the top of it, kind of thing, and same thing here. So, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be because there's only so long that you can watch me painting the same colour and I can ramble, because that is what I will be doing. Sadly my little fluff butts are not asleep this time, but you know, I can only wait so long before I miss my deadline that I have self-imposed, I will admit, but hey. So, yeah, I start talking and then kind of stop. I haven't really got much to talk about this week. It's been, let's zoom in, shall we? Come on, camera. There we go. So it's been a bit stressful. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have some positive points. I went to the doctors. Now, I know lots of people say low blood pressure is good, but my doctor was a little bit worried about how a couple of other bits and pieces that were going on with me at the same time, so he wanted to try and increase my blood pressure a little bit. I don't know why. That was their choice. They said it would be a good idea, and to be honest, I don't argue with doctors very often because I'm not trained in the medical arts. I don't really want to get myself killed by not taking some advice that I really probably should have done, because, you know, that's the kind of stupid thing that gets lots of people killed. So this whole anti-vaxxers movement, I don't agree with it. My dad, as some of you may know, was a medic in the army, and he would bring back pictures of where he'd been and what he'd done. Well, not a lot of it, because obviously you can't, but some of the kids that are out there and what they were getting sick of was just... I hate needles, guys. I hate them with an unerring, unending passion. When I had to go and have a tetanus jab because the girls bit me, I don't know if you remember me mentioning it, but they bit me really badly. It was right down. I'm really lucky, actually. There's not much of a scarring, but you can kind of see if the camera focuses. There we go. Some of the dimple patterns that kind of there. Yeah, they got very deep, and it was very nasty. But it is, you know, but I will, if they recommend that I have a tetanus jab, which they did, because I hadn't had one since I was born, funny enough. I was supposed to have boosters, but I didn't have any for some odd reason. I think it's because I moved so much when I was younger. They just never got round to actually giving me what was required on that front. How about on the other side? Okay. So I went and had it done, And a lot of people would say, a lot of the anti-vaxxers would say you shouldn't have needed to do that. You know, you can't get tetanus from daily bites. I would like to remind you that I don't honestly know what goes into my Dago's hay that they have in with them every single day of their lives. You know, I don't know if they've been if it's been in contact with animals that have had tetanus. Oh, well, not necessarily tetanus, but what the hay itself has been in contact with. I'm not 100% sure on how tetanus works. I probably sound like an untrained hillbilly. That's because I have no idea about diseases. Well, I have some idea about them, but not an awful lot. See, I thought tetanus could only be passed by, you know, cutting your hand on, say, some really sharp metal and getting it infected. Apparently, I was wrong. Thankfully, I am not a know-it-all. I am willing to admit when I am wrong. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am not an insufferable know-it-all. Well, some people could argue that I am, but, you know, that's them, that's their problem. For a 20-minute video this morning. But anyway, yeah, so anti-vaxxers. There's been something that I've been looking into recently because it interests me. As a whole. Not in the way some of you might be thinking, like, oh no, she's an anti-vaxxer. I've just stated that I'm clearly not one. But the whole idea behind the fact that, I mean, it was a big thing on Facebook a couple of days ago, about this poor girl who has been saving up her money from her babysitting to go and have all her jabs that her mum and dad have said she shouldn't have. This is quite cool in the fact that she wanted to go and do this, but it's also quite sad because she's 16. I know when I was 16, I was just busy worrying about, you know, when am I next going to go to the cinema? When am I going to get the money to go to the cinema, kind of thing. You know, I wasn't worrying about where I was going to get the money to do to get my injections from. And her parents, when they found out that she'd been vaccinated, were really angry at her and wanted to know who they could sue for, you know, allowing their daughter to do what she wanted with her body. I was kind of like, oh, what? The fact that I grew up in the army, you know, and my dad was a medic, meant that I had a lot of my jabs. You know, and they were administered for me. But I was really thankful for my dad for administering them for me, making sure I could have them, making sure that I was safe, making sure that, you know, I was cared for if he got moved abroad and we had to go with him because he didn't want us to get sick. You know, I don't understand how people can say that, you know, yes, I'm aware that large manufacturing companies need to make lots and lots of money. And sometimes they make things gratuitously expensive for people because they want the money. But I also think that there are a lot of scientists out there who, you know, genuinely want to help people. I mean, the only other kind of profession that I think more highly of is nursing, because they do an awful job that no one really says thank you for, which is why I always try and say thank you to anyone who does nursing. So yeah, it's just it's a bit of a foreign concept to me. This whole anti-vaccine thing, but it's also the fact that I can't understand how her parents thought that they then had the right to complain about the fact that she'd gone out and, oh sorry guys, I'm trying to do this at an odd angle today, so I can't really see what I'm doing. So yeah, her parents contacted the National Health I believe it was Canada this happened in, and demanded her medical records so they could see who they could sue, which is the nurses or doctors that recommended that she get this, and so that they could get her in trouble because they weren't happy, and rightfully, I think, the doctors and nurses went, no, it's not up to you. Your daughter has obviously decided that she wants something that you aren't willing to give her, and she's gone and got it, and you know you have no right to her records. And this was first posted on Reddit, I will admit, and while I never want to go on Reddit, I almost wanted to be one of those people that just laughed her out off the forum saying, why are you trying to sue people who have saved your daughter's life, essentially, or saved the lives of people who, wow, I'm getting a bit sloppy in my old age, or people who can't have the injections for whatever reason, or you know that it hasn't worked for them and stuff like that, you know. Oh, come on, Sam. You had it all perfect, and then... Yeah, I know I should do more time-lapse videos and get this all kind of done up and not do so much talking, but, you know, I like listening to people talk. I'm aware I also do an awful lot of talking myself, but I actually find it really relaxing to have someone talking to me, especially when I'm on my own in the house. It's comforting. It's a comfort thing for me. So there are lots of people who do it, who have the same kind of thing as me. I'm sure I can't be the only one in the world who likes listening to people talk. And so I figured I would just do a talking one, and then you can watch what I'm doing, which is, I also like watching people do things. If I'm watching someone make something or paint something, or you know, do something with their hands and hear someone talking, oh, I love it. Really something to just calm me down and relax me when I'm on my way to bed. And sometimes you just need some relaxation before you go to bed. But anyway, so that's why I'm doing talking, and I'm not just going, oh look, I painted this. Fast forward time lapse. I did try that for a bit. I really did, but I don't have lots of time to sit down every day and paint. I spend most of my extra painting time actually painting stuff while I'm at work. I think I can use the slightly larger brush now because yeah, we're on to the bit that doesn't have a lot of detail. I will do from now on, guys, if you do get bored with me talking, is I will try to find topics to talk about, interesting topics to talk about to you while I'm doing this. But because it's getting late here and I need to feed my girls and sort things out for tomorrow at work, I am going to call it there. I am going to say good night and or good morning, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. And I hope you have a good day, good sleep. And if you like this kind of thing, then please like and subscribe. It's always appreciated. It always makes my day. If you want to post some questions or some topics of conversation that you might like to hear about, then yeah, also post them on this video. I don't tend to do much talking about anything like that that I have been at the moment when I'm doing the Zombicide stuff, so it would have to wait until next Friday. But we've got this side finished now. We've got the back side finished and we've got that side finished. So now we just got to work on the inside parts. And once all the inside parts are done, we can start working on these little flames and the braziers that hold the coals, and then we'll work on the little lanterns. And then once that's done, we can start heading on to the actual coven itself and starting to glue these parts that we've got all together and making it look like something nice instead of just a mass of plastic parts that are slightly broken. I would like to okay, so good night everybody, have fun, enjoy yourselves and take care.